Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of MICAST Beyond the Classroom. This is your host Kasturi.
And I'm your host Pallavi. We're extremely excited to have Professor Rasananda Panda today with us. He is a professor of economics in the business management area at MICA, and we're glad to have him here to tell us more about his journey, area of academics, and the thrilling topic for this episode, the world of cryptocurrency.
Hi, thank you very much. So it was a pleasure, interacting with you. Thank you.
So let's dive right in.
Thank you.
So, sir, we are really excited to talk to you about a new emerging form of investment, that is cryptocurrency. So, can you give our listeners a brief idea of how this new development is panning out in India for users who may not be familiar with it?
The size of Indian economy, $3 trillion, close to $3 trillion, it has fallen to $1 trillion in a span of 6 to 8 months. Look at the fluctuation that is happening in the Bitcoin over last 6 to 7 months. That says, will this investment is giving you returns or it is highly volatile? So I leave it to the intelligent audience to think about whether to invest in Bitcoin or not. We have studied in fundamentals in macroeconomics. Look at the global economy. If you look at the global economy now, almost all the currencies are falling in a range of 6 to 20%. Correct? And Indian finance minister talking about our currency is definitely not that much has fallen. It has fallen around to 6%, accepted. But entire world, if you look at almost all the currencies are falling when you look at compared to the dollar. Number one. Number two, inflation across the globe is also increasing. You look at European Union, look at Asia, look at India, look at emerging market, inflation is also high. Plus, as you also understand, the Federal Reserve Bank, European Central Bank, talk about Indian Reserve Bank of India, all of them are in a way to increase their interest rate. So think, there is an interest rate increase, there is an increase in inflation, and there is a volatile exchange rate. So if you add all these things, can we expect the Bitcoins or the crypto which are linked to dollar or dollarized, can their fluctuation, can their market be, stable? Perhaps not. So people may say crypto operates in different kind of market, different kind of, buyers and sellers. Please remember, fundamentals are fundamentals. Moment it is linked to the dollar, 20,000 or $X,000 per Bitcoin kind of things, it is susceptible to all these macro indicators like exchange rate, inflation, interest rate. Therefore, if you link with the macro indicators and happening what is happening in crypto market, to me it is eyes wide shut. It is bound to happen. It is happening. So therefore, as an economist, I never have any kind of heart for if those who are losing their money in the crypto, or if those who are gaining, I have to say them they must be timing themselves properly. But otherwise, for an ordinary, or if not ordinary, for intelligent investor, it is tough to get returns in Bitcoin given the scenario during the last 5 to 6 months. Therefore, what RBI governor has said in its report, I stand by that, because at least in this report, the RBI is giving forward guidance to all those who are actively trading in the Bitcoin. So that will be my take on present scenario of Bitcoin in India as well as across the globe.
So as you've rightly pointed out, there are very clearly, on a global scale, a lot of red flags surrounding crypto. Despite that, India has one of the highest number of crypto owners, and it is second in terms of adoption rate of cryptocurrencies. Web 3.0 has really taken off in India. A lot of young Gen Z, especially, who are really in tune with the internet, they think that, I'm learning a new way of investment. Stocks and all are an old way of investing. I want to try something new, and this is a new lucrative space to them. Still, there is a certain sense of uncertainty about the regulations around it. One of the main things about Web 3.0 is, it's an unregulated market. We have freedom. But there will be some sense of regulation eventually, especially as things turn to down spiral. So, do you think regulations will be an impediment to the success of cryptocurrencies in India?
Definitely yes. Now, why it is not happening? Let's look at the if you look at the fundamentals of a crypto. Basically, they what are these crypto? They have no underlying asset value. Plus, it is a some kind of currency where is no guarantee. Typically you talk about what is a currency. It has some kind of use value, exchange value, all these things. But these properties are not there with the crypto. So if these properties are not there, or to be specific, cryptocurrency are not currencies, as they do not have an issuer. They don't have an issuer. Number one, they are not an instrument of debt or financial asset, and they do not have any intrinsic value. So therefore, these are all what? To me, these are nothing but something in the hawa. So we are trading in a hawa. Now, if you are trading in a hawa, then naturally question comes, there has to be some regulator. Because why there has to be some regulation? Because when you transact in crypto, you transact in some kind of money value, dollar or something. And when you do that, when there is a, ups and downs, gains and losses, definitely you are losing some amount of your, assets. So if that is happening somewhere or other, it is also affecting the, saving status of the citizens. If it is affecting the saving status of the citizen or saving situation of the citizen, indirectly it puts on a some kind of restriction on the domestic money market or monetary system in the country. Therefore, if you look at subsequently what the RBI is saying over the years, I mean last 2-3 years, or if you look at why the government of India is not coming that openly with the crypto, because we are yet to give some kind of nomenclature to crypto, how we can inbuild crypto to the domestic money market or monetary system of the country. So long as it is not integrated to be in the monetary part of the monetary system of the country, it is really difficult to give a logical shape to the crypto. Perhaps what we have discussed, that some amount of regulations in the form of taxing the digital currencies that was announced by Madam Finance Minister in this budget, these are way to ascertain some kind of a demand supply side of this crypto, or demand supply side of this digital currencies. Typically, unless otherwise who are the players in the market and you can hold a tap on that, it's difficult to put up a regulation and then to fix responsibility accountability for that. Perhaps this announcement made in the budget, plus RBI's working group that they are talking about, how to talk about this digital currency, central bank digital currency. These are some of the ways in which we are trying to integrate the crypto to the financial system or market of the country. So it will take time. So therefore, my I'll not advise. My cousin is, it is better to look at other avenues towards investment rather than only crypto, because crypto, as I said, and we have seen from the fluctuation that is happening, and in the report and other good credible sources said, it is highly susceptible to domestic and international macroeconomic environment. So we should have exercise good amount of caution.
So, you gave our audience a very interesting perspective on cryptocurrency. And so, I would like to talk to you about another rising trend again in the Web 3.0 revolution, that is NFTs. They are also now being considered an asset class. There is some concern over the legal definition and the volatility of NFTs. So, what is your opinion on the same? Do you think that they can be considered a reliable asset class?
So let me first start with what is NFT. An NFT is a digital asset that represents real world objects like art, music, in-game videos, and some kind of audios also. And to tell the audience, an NFT is created or minted from digital objects that represents both tangible and intangible items, including art. Then you have the popular GIFs, videos and sports highlights, collectibles, virtual avatars and video game skins, designer sneakers, music. And please remember, even tweets count. Correct? Yes. And Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey sold his first ever tweet as an NFT for more than $2.9 million. So essentially, to if I sum up, NFTs are like physical collectors items. Like once upon I used to have the collections of stamps, collection of coins, then you collection some of the nice we say the paintings, etc. So therefore, NFTs are physical collectors items, only digital. So instead of getting an actual oil painting or hang on the wall, the buyer gets a digital file instead. Now, coming back to second part of our questions. Look, NFTs are not that riskier. I'll not name because it is a, it will go to public. There are certain known people, celebrity, they have also purchased NFTs. When they purchase NFTs, of course, they have a plenty amount of money, no doubt about it. But at least these people are also equally mindful and aware of the risks. So when it is some kind of, physicality is accepted in the form of digital file or etc., I mean, investments, these are not risks. And do the people invest in NFT for returns? I doubt. It's like, when you have XYZ painters painting at your home and you purchase these things. I mean, at any point of time, will you say that, yeah, in my drawing room, I have a painting sold 5 lakhs rupees or 10 lakhs rupees? Perhaps not. But you keep it for some kind of, it's, what you call ehsas value. So same thing, I found NFTs are little bit more safer as compared to crypto. At least you have something, even if in a digital file, at least you have something which you can think, remember, or at least think about it. So to that way, spending on NFTs, though it has to some similar cryptos, but maybe little risk. And we don't invest in NFTs for returns. So their future is uncertain, and we do not yet have a lot of history to judge their performance. Since NFTs are so new, it may be worth investing small amounts to try it out for now. So, I'll suggest it is invest, but don't go, gung-ho about investing NFT. So go slow, find out, and if you find that these are substantial or these are of any use to you, then perhaps there is no harm in going.
So, sir, you had mentioned actually Jack Dorsey's tweet,
Yeah.
and it was sold for 69 million to the man who bought it, and currently that man has sold for $280. So, like you said, it may not be the best investment, but clearly it meant something to that man that he wanted to buy it.
Correct.
But this raises the question that there is a dirty word in economics, I would say, which is the bubble.
Yeah.
This also, cryptocurrency NFTs, has been described as a bubble.
Yeah.
And we also went through all the red flags that we are seeing globally around this. Do you think that this is a bubble situation? And what do you think the fallout could be?
Look, there is a, like, you have a Sensex, all these things, index. So there is a MBIS crypto compare digital assets 100 index, which measures 100 of the top tokens and which fail as much as 4.1%. Correct. And they are saying Solan slipped as much as 6.2% and Avalanche fell by 7.2%. Imagine if some kind of stable coins, correct, or some DeFi, decentralized finance kind of instruments, if their fluctuation is that high, so don't you think it is like a bubble? Correct. And when we look at our share market crashes by around 6 to 8%, 10%, हम उसको तो bubble कहते हैं ना, कि all of a sudden there is a share. So this is a bubble. डिफिकल्ट टेल इज इट बस्टिंग, बिकॉज हमें कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, वही इंडेक्स देख लेते हैं, पता चल जाता है कि भाई हाँ भाई इट वाज हियर, नाउ इट इज देयर, सो इसे या द मार्केट इज नॉट गिविंग दैट मच ऑफ रिटर्न. So that way it is panicky, that way it is bubble. But if it is not regular, if it is not in the public domain in the form of legalization, who is losing money, who are losing money, how much they're losing money, you don't have information. Therefore, why to worry about it? And those who are losing, they must have enough of money. So that way crypto will be a nice investment for those who have that appetite to incur loss or to go through that gain syndrome, and they will learn in a harder way till the regulator, the financial regulator of the country are coming for the some kind of regulations, and it is a matter of time. Government or regulators are ubiquitous. One has to be respectful about them, their policies or forward guidance, or their what do we say, what they're thinking. We must be aware of it. So my to conclude, I'll say about this one, I will say I'll strongly recommend to those who are investing in crypto or net or in digital to regularly go through the authentic reports from the financial regulators, such as Reserve Bank of India, such as if at any point of Niti Aayog also says, or such regulators like SEBI in India as well as abroad, so that they are aware of the mind that is there of the government of the day, which is important. And let's not criticize the regulators, government, yaar ye to unka thoda sa they think little backward other things. But remember, these regulatory agencies or these regulators, they always seek opinions from the general public by putting their draft note and everything in public domain. So therefore, if some of us, either academics or those who are investors or those who have financial experts or wizards, they have a right to give an opinion, and they should give an opinion in that draft content of the government's or regulators report, so that it can evolve. So I'll suggest invest in limited manner, get an hang of the risk return profile, but definitely you know read or go through the regulatory guidelines, regulatory forward guidance, so that so as to be in a safer side, because at the end of the day, money matters.
I think that's a good conclusion on our discussion of NFTs and cryptocurrency. And like we told you, we asked our batch, Panda sir is coming. What would you like to ask him? So we have selected two questions out of the so many questions that we got. And these are not related to crypto and NFT. These are related to things we discussed in our classroom with you. First, we have Shachee Desai. She asks, what decade of economic growth or decline do you feel was best in terms of being a common man?
ओह! देसाई जी, ये सवाल तो मैं कहूँगा, इफ आई लुक एट फ्रॉम माय एक्सपीरियंस एज ए कॉमन पर्सन एंड इंक्रीज इन सैलरी एंड एवरीथिंग, perhaps the best decade is, we can say from 97, 98 onwards. If I'm not mistaken, we can go up to 2009, 10. So that's what the best decade, or 10 or 12 years. So, and by telling this, I am also politically correct, because both the governments were there around this time. So, perhaps that's the best period, because if I remember, I got my fifth pay commission salary. I also got the sixth pay commission salary, and I also, during time, I got married, I got my child, then I purchased my home. So I think these are the required for a common man ना. Common man कहीं, man is a bad word, common person बोलिए देसाई जी, ठीक है? No man woman, common person. So or common human being. So if I look at from there, I got everything from 97 onwards. The great dream budget of Chidambaram Saab 97. Then you got a great budget from the Bajpayee ji government. So, and we got Indian signing, at lost the power, doesn't matter. Then you came the UPA one government, and the again Chidambaram Saab's budget. I mean, look at 97 onwards till 2009, 10, 11. Yeah, I got two pay commission. Can you imagine? Pay commission means in a salary class employee jump in salary, correct? Then getting married, getting a child, then bringing them up, using all kind of branded clothes, then purchasing a house. Common man को तो common person को यही चाहिए ना. So if I look at, for me, that 14, 15 years is the best part, and I'm absolutely neutral to both the major political regimes of the country.
So we have another question from David Callum.
Oh, बोलिए. ठीक है, David साहब. Yeah.
So he asks that in a situation like what is happening in Israel, where
Hmm.
in the last 3 years they have elected multiple
Yeah.
governments, how does the economy survive and what impact does it have for the world economy?
देखिए, Israel is a country to be followed, whether it is economic policy, defense, whatever it is. And every country passes through such kind of political instability. But Israel, as you said rightly, 3 साल से उनके वहाँ political instability है ना. Otherwise, it is a highly politically stable country. So that means their institutional competency capabilities are in place. So if the institutional competency capabilities are in place, naturally, whichever political party come to power, whichever government is come to power, it is immaterial, because system takes care of the development. So perhaps Israel, I know Israel, 2 3 days back we have the election announced in Israel also. So I don't think if a country has system process in its place, and the governance practice, or people responsible governance are there, and they are following the development of the nation, this political instability is a matter of we can call snake in the tunnel. वो ऐसे होता है, आता रहेगा, जाता रहेगा, doesn't matter. Otherwise, look at Israel, how it has evolved over a period of time.
So I hope David gets answer to this question
Yeah, yeah,
and we
David
all
sir,
get to learn a bit.
nice to hear the question from you.
So thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time. We had an amazing experience and I'm sure our listeners would have one too. And thank you for joining us on MICAST.
Thank you very much. So nice of you.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of MICAST Beyond the Classroom.